guys, what's going on? Isaiah53 here, and today I'm bringing you episode 8 of my video series called Does It Work? And in today's episode, we will be reviewing YouTuber XRAYZ and his class setup for the Ripper. Now also in this video, I'm going to introduce you guys to the Ripper, his class setup. I'm also going to go over the new map that we're playing on right now, which is part of the last DLC map pack called Devastation. So we've got a lot of information for you guys, so sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy it. Now without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this class setup. Now as you can see right here, I'm calling in my Trinity Rocket. And my Trinity Rocket's going to pick me up a couple of kills, and it's going to take me to my Battle Hind. And as my first kill streak, I have the IMS. Now I know that I have reviewed all 3 of these kill streaks before, but that is because the Trinity Rocket and the Battle Hind definitely seem to be some very popular kill streaks amongst other YouTubers, especially whenever you're talking about a class that is well-rounded and well-balanced overall. I definitely recommend the Trinity Rocket as well as the Battle Hind because they're easy to get to, and if utilized correctly, they can definitely get you a lot of kills and help your team win. Now one thing that I do want to talk about is the IMS. I have reviewed the IMS before in my episode 4 video whenever I reviewed YouTuber Xbox Ahoy and his Honey Badger class setup. And I said in that video that the IMS is an overpowered kill streak, and I rather have the guard dog because the guard dog is a mobile kill streak. However, after playing with this class setup by XRAYZ and after playing this match right here, I have changed my mind on that position, and here's why. So if you have multiple guard dogs, you can't call them in until your first guard dog dies. But with an IMS, you can earn it and call it in, earn it and call it in, or earn it and lay it down wherever you want. And if you have not tried this method before, I highly recommend doing it. Now let's go ahead and start talking about the attachment setup. On this weapon we have 2 attachments. We have the foregrip followed by the silencer. Now I know I have reviewed these 2 attachments multiple times before, but YouTubers love these attachments, and that's because they work really well together. But let's go ahead and start talking about the stats of these attachments. The silencer attachment reduces muzzle flash, reduces noise, and it keeps you off the minimap whenever you fire your weapon. However, the disadvantage is it lowers the range of the weapon by 25%. The foregrip attachment reduces view kickback by 10% and increases center speed by 5%. Now in layman's terms, this means it reduces the recoil of your weapon and allows you to aim your weapon much more effectively. Now one side note that I would like to add is that I like both of these attachments and I have recommended using these attachments multiple times before. However, on the Ripper, I personally feel like the silencer actually makes it less effective, and that is because you have to understand the Ripper is a hybrid weapon. It is a true hybrid weapon. You can switch it from SMG to assault rifle mode, or from assault rifle mode back down to SMG mode. But whenever you put it in the assault rifle mode and it's trying to fire at those long distances, which is basically what you would use the assault rifle for, the silencer is going to reduce that range by 25%. So I would actually recommend at all times keeping muzzle brake on there. Now the last part of this class setup, and arguably the most important part of the class setup, are the perks. Now for the perks on this class setup, we have Ready Up, Sleight of Hand, Steady Aim, Scavenger, Focus, and Hardline. Now I have reviewed most of these perks multiple times before, so I'm not going to go over every single perk, but what I do want to talk about is Steady Aim. Steady Aim is a perk that allows you to increase your hip fire accuracy. Now for those of you who may not know what that means all those times when you run into an enemy and you were not prepared to face that enemy, so you just started spraying and praying and you didn't aim down sights but you killed them anyway. That's hip fire. That's what we call firing from the hip. Now that is important and it is very handy, but there's 2 things I want you to know about that. Number 1, that is not something you should rely on doing all the time. You should be taking calculated precision-based shots. That means aiming down sight. So I would not necessarily recommend using Steady Aim. But furthermore, the Ripper is already a weapon that is naturally decent at firing from the hip. Without even using Steady Aim, I was successfully able to kill multiple enemies using hip fire, and again, I did not have Steady Aim. So I would probably recommend switching out Steady Aim for something like Amplify or Dead Silence or something of that nature. Now real fast, before we wrap up, I'm going to switch over to some different gameplay and talk about this map just a little bit more, because if you haven't noticed, this map is a remake of the map called Dome from Modern Warfare 3, and they now have renamed it to be called Unearthed, and they put a few little tricks in there and I'm excited to show it. And lastly, to answer the question, does this class setup work? I'm gonna say yes, but I highly recommend making those changes that I suggested. And I'll be back in just a moment with that other gameplay. Alright guys, I'm back, and right here you're seeing me pick up a kill with the Remington, and if you look, I have the grenade launcher attachment on it, and the reason why is I wanted to blow up that block on top of that crane and drop down this little box. Inside here, I'm picking up a new weapon. It is an alien weapon. I hit that switch, and now this crane is going to carry me over the map, and I can just fire down on top of the enemies and pick up a lot of kills. This alien weapon does not allow you to reload. You have very limited ammo, so you can just keep on spraying until you're out of ammo. But the beautiful thing about it is this crane allows you to get the elevated advantage. And in any first-person shooter, whoever has the elevated advantage is typically going to win the gun battle. And so you're seeing me pick up a lot of kills right here, and in just a second, I'm going to run out of ammo. I'm going to switch over to my Remington, and I'm going to get a few more kills with my Remington, even before dying. Now right here, I'm calling in a care package. And in this care package, I'm going to get something very special and unique only to this map. I'm going to get something called Seekers. And Seekers are basically kamikaze aliens. And you're going to get to see what I mean by that right here. I'm calling them in. They pop up out of the ground like that. And they run into your enemies and they self-destruct. So they're very effective. And you can pick up quite a few kills with them. So they're definitely a very unique aspect of the new DLC. And there it is for you once again in slow motion. But okay guys, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. As a quick reminder, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I will have a link to my Twitter account in the description below, so definitely follow me on Twitter. And lastly, if you want me to do a top 10 Call of Duty series, be sure to send me your clips, okay? And until next time, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and definitely share this video with a friend. And I'll see you guys next time. Isaiah out.